when we look at the journey that we're going through in our industry and kind of the conversations that's happening this morning, it feels like radio is going through a similar journey. And so what I'd like to do is just talk about kind of what we've been doing, how we've been changing and adapting, and maybe it's of interest to you guys. By the way, before I start, does everyone know what an Xbox is? And all right, just, always good to know your audience. So back to the journey. The fact is consumers are changing, right? I mean, the desire for compelling content, entertainment content hasn't changed. But the fact is how they want the content, how they engage with the content, where they consume it, what devices they consume it, that has all changed pretty massively. And is changing, continuing to change massively. And that journey, what we understand is, while it's challenging for people who have been in the industry for a while to adapt to that change, it is also clear that it offers an opportunity to really deepen that engagement with that consumer, and also attract and work with new audiences who are coming because of those changes. So it's actually quite an opportunity, and it's very clear that those who are not adapting are falling behind, and that's obviously a lesson for all of us. So on the radio, you guys, have already started that journey, and from being kind of the heartland of over-the-air medium to being more multi-device and a digital service. And on Xbox, we're on a similar journey. So we were certainly not the first game console to launch. In fact, of the current incumbents, we're probably the last ones to launch. However, we were the first ones to actually include an ability to connect online. And we had a vision for the platform back in 2001 and 2002, where we wanted to create a platform that is able to serve up multiple forms of entertainment media, not just games. And we also very deliberately said we want to build a community that can interact with each other, and a community that can have a direct relationship with us. And that was a key part of the investment we made, and that was a game-changing idea that we had when we came to the industry, even though we were late. And so today I'll talk a little bit briefly about where that journey has taken us. Both because I think that experience has taught us how to attract a new audience, engage a new audience, and ultimately monetize a new audience. While at the same time, hopefully, if you guys are excited by it, some of you might partner with us, do business with us, and certainly, we'd love to get more involved in the radio and the music industry as well. So, at Xbox, I would say our vision for entertainment, our vision for the living room, because that's the basis of where we are, is simple in its kind of statement, but it's kind of bold and ambitious. And that is to provide our entertainment consumers all of the entertainment they want in one place, the ability to share it with the people they care about, and in a simple fashion. So all the entertainment you want with the people you care about, made easy. That's in simple terms what our vision is. And it's not, let me break that down for you. In terms of entertainment, all the entertainment you want, we were, like I said, a game console, that's what we started with. But today, our vision is that we are the place in the living room, the one device where you can get your gaming content, your video content, your sports content, your music, your radio, and being that one central device in the living room. We did a few experiments. About 6 years ago, we started our own video service, and we kind of did our movie and TV shows digitally available, and we've learned a lot since then. A few years ago, we also partnered with Netflix in the US, Sky in the UK, with Canal in France, where we kind of said, bring your services on our platform, let's see what we can learn. And by and large, our audience was still a gaming audience at that point. But over time, we've certainly learned how to bring that, how to really evolve our service and to get that user base engaging with beyond games. And today, we're in a spot where we've actually got more than 50 different providers worldwide who are providing services. And in the UK alone, we've got more than 13, whether it's Sky or 4OD or Channel 5, YouTube. And we've got a bunch of people. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. All of those apps are on our platform. We're a entertainment device right now. So that's about all the entertainment you want. The second part was about, sharing with the people you care about. And multiple people have spoken about communities and the power of community today, and we absolutely believe in that. Our heritage in gaming has actually taught us that people want to interact with each other. We were coming in an industry that has primarily dealt with box products, and how we've changed that to actually create an interactive community, and how we've actually changed that has benefited the gaming industry in a huge way, and it's really differentiated how we are from the rest of our competitors. And we've actually, with experiments we've done with Netflix and Sky and our own service, we found that same level of community bringing to all forms of entertainment, has really changed how people interact with us. And so that's the second part, that the sense of community, the sense of personalization is a key part of how we're approaching this. And the last one I talked about is about being made easy. I mean, the fact is today on our service alone, I mean, we've got, tens and thousands, 30,000 pieces of content that people can consume on any point in time. And that makes it hard to select, to choose, to find what you want. And, with Microsoft, with the power of Bing search, and with Kinect, which Clive talked about early on as our, two things that only we have, we've really redefined how people are engaging and finding the content they want. I mean, our belief is that technology has to get out of the way and it has to be invisible. And so we've really used the power of voice to change that. I mean, today, if you say it, Xbox will do whatever you say. It finds what you want, it plays what you want. You can command and control your entertainment in the living room just using your voice. That's completely changed how we think and how the consumer is engaging with entertainment. So, back to the vision of all the entertainment you want, sharing and community, and made easy are the three pillars on which we have kind of built our kind of service. And where that's got us today, we have 66 million consoles around the world. 66 million households have an Xbox. But the key thing for us is 40 million of those are connected to Xbox Live, which means something that has never happened before in a gaming world and the entertainment world of having connected devices, 40 million people in their living room able to communicate with each other, work with digital content, engage with digital content. That completely is something that nobody has done before. And it's not just about the size of the base, which we think no one else has. It's also about the engagement. I mean, today, of that 40 million people worldwide, they spend 2 hours a day on the Xbox. 2 hours a day on the Xbox. I mean, that is an incredibly huge number that has only grown exponentially as we've evolved our own offering. And when I talk about the 2 hours a day, it's not about gaming. I mean, just as a matter of statistic, in Europe alone, we have more than 70% of people downloading digital content. Movies, games. Games, of course, are part of it, but movies, TV shows, music. 70% in Europe. In fact, 50% or thereabouts actually stream music on our console in the living room. I mean, that's a huge stat just in Europe alone for the Xbox. In the US, I mean, almost 60% of people on Xbox Live in the US spend 1 hour a day on the Xbox watching movies. I mean, just when you think about our heritage as a gaming console and people in the US spending 1 hour a day on our service doing video, that completely changes who we are, what we do, what we need to offer. And so that is an evolution that we've been going for. And ultimately, we think we're at a place where we're in a leadership position in our space, primarily because of the innovation we did with Xbox Live, primarily because of the audience we have. That's something no one else has. Those 40 million connected households, and primarily because we've got assets like Bing and Kinect that no one else has. So that combination has today made us a leader in our space. And in fact, in December, just before the holidays, we launched a free update for all Xbox 360 users. This is a key piece for us because every year we actually launch a free product update, and that is the pace of innovation that has kept us ahead of our competition, if you will. And we've been able to adapt to people's changes. This specific one, and it's free to all Xbox users, essentially was focused on two things. One was changing the user interface. And the other one was about really pushing on the concept of all-up entertainment and not just a gaming device. The user entertainment was done for two things. One, supporting this push for being broader entertainment, but also supporting the Microsoft-wide paradigm of the way the Windows Phone will look like. If anybody has seen the early screenshots of Windows 8 and Xbox, we're kind of following that user interface right through. It's funny how, as we deepened our engagement with gamers, what has essentially happened is got other people in the household engaged with Xbox. So when we did the video, we did the music, we did the TV, and we added all that thing to gaming, we were targeting gamers. And we said, how do we deepen that engagement? Because a gamer, at the end of the day, likes other forms of entertainment. Instead, what has happened is the girlfriend, the wife, the children are all getting involved and getting sucked into this experience of Xbox that has actually been remarkable for us. So that's the second piece of it. And the third one is, from the point of view of, I think it just showcases that we will continue to push to get compelling, curated content, and that is the essence of what we are, because people at the end of the day come for content. But again, back to what I started with, it is not about content anymore, because that's an absolute requirement, but it's absolutely about how people engage with our content. And I think we'll look back 5 years from now, and we think we had a pretty redefining launch in December. But I think we'll look back 5 years from now and feel like we were at the start of a journey, and that things have completely changed again. And unless we continue to innovate, I don't think we'll be in the leadership position we are today. So on that note, I will stop and hopefully give you some insight into how we've been on the journey of evolving. All right.
Do you speak to your Xbox?
It's a little bit weird. The first time I saw it, about a year ago and did the beta, I felt kind of weird.
It feels weird. I've got Siri on my phone and I feel weird talking to it. But
especially in the living room, you're sitting there and you're reaching and you're like, actually, no, I'll just say Xbox Live TV. I mean, it just works. It's amazing.
James was talking before about logged in being so important. That seems very much what you've built the whole idea around. A logged in customer is worth so much more than one who isn't logged in.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we took a lot of ridicule early on when we even said people need to log in, because people, they bought their game, they put it on a console, they were in their basement of their parents' home probably, where the kind of consumers we had, and that's what they did. And then we've got this logged in experience where we essentially built that community of that the notion of having a relationship direct with the consumer, and of consumers having that direct relationship with other people, completely changed that one piece. And the other thing of being logged in is we were able to invest in that relationship and invest in creating experiences like that. Because part of what we've created and what we're innovating on is based on what we know about users. Users tell us about their viewing habits. We experiment a little bit all the time, but when you see a trend, when you see them in the service telling us that gives us a clear indication of what we need to be evolving to.
And iPlayer is on the Xbox platform. Can you see a time when Radio Player will also be on there?
So iPlayer is not on the Xbox platform. We've got 13 partners in the UK today. We've certainly announced a partnership with BBC. We haven't got anything up as yet.
Right.
But I would say it would be in the next few months we will.
And can you see the same happening for Radio Player?
We've got radio today in the US with Last.fm, and certainly Last.fm has been a partner in whichever countries they're participating in. So radio is a key part of what we already offer. And when I gave you that stat about 50% in Europe actually listening to music, music is a key part of what we do. And so, yeah, absolutely, I hope, both for advertisers in the room and for anybody in the music space, we'd love to hear from you and figure out ways to partner, because that's what our users want.
Great. Thanks very much, Rohan Oommen.
Thank you. Thank you.